Who just joined?
Fuck. Is
What?
now a good.
It's always a good time. What's up?
I'm just super curious. Why'd you let that fresh and fit TikTok girl like roll all over you?
She was in way over her head. What? My goal wasn't to just like, I wouldn't want to destroy her.
Aren't you on like an anti-misogyny arc?
Yeah, but it had nothing to do with her being a woman. It had everything to do with her being like some random, like, Babby's first social media poster, stumbles into huge internet community and gets shit down her throat. Like, that's not my goal.
Okay, what guy have you ever treated with like kid gloves in this regard?
I don't know how many normie social media people have ever interacted with me like this. Can you think of any
Do you
others?
think that do you think she's a normie? I feel like
Yes.
you're
Hardcore
giving
normie.
yourself that excuse. Where'd you meet her?
On Fresh and Fit?
So she can handle fresh and fit and she's fine, but she encounters you and you're like 1/4 of the fucking audience and all of a sudden retarded child. She doesn't know the internet.
Well, she wasn't being called out by the Fresh and Fit audience, where she got like hardcore called out and like mass reported by my audience.
But was it for things that she believed in
Probably,
and
yeah.
that she said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she like directly told you, uh, this not personal. And by the way, me talking to you right now, this is not personal.
Oh, okay. That means you can just say whatever the fuck you want about me.
Because it's not personal.
Okay.
So she said that gay people, she won't ask them for an oil change because it's just like black and white like that.
Yeah, she's probably
Like,
got a
you
little bit
listen.
of phobia. Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah. Do you have a little bit of homo?
I don't think so.
Because I swear you didn't even react to it.
Yeah, because
You
because in
didn't
these
even
communities it's
check
like
her.
super standard. No offense,
You
and maybe
didn't
it's because I'm
push
racist,
back.
but what? Minorities tend to be pretty fucking homophobic. That's not that uncommon. Like, yeah, it's pretty normal.
Yeah. So are you saying that because she's a minority, she gets the pass
No, I'm saying that I'm not
to
here
be
to debate
homophobic?
her out of her homophobic views. That's not my job in that scenario. That's a conversation that's way beyond any level of responsibility I want to take for that person.
Okay. It just for me, it comes off like you're doing kid gloves thing because
It was kid
as soon as
gloves.
you, yeah, but that's such a bitch move.
She was like, dude, she was totally out of her depth in that.
I really don't think so. If you go back, you should go back and rewatch it. She was really confident the number of times she told you this is not personal. Like she was doing the thing where she shames you before you ever like get invested in the conversation.
I think you're reading into it as like some type of debate tactic, whereas I think she was just honestly like way, way,
It,
way over her head.
it's woman tactics, to be
I
fair.
don't think it was woman tactics. I think she thought that she was making some commentary on fucking TikTok. She had no idea that like I'd be responding the way that I did, or that she'd have like this huge public blow up response. And so she was like, "Oh fuck, like this wasn't supposed to be." When she's saying it's not personal,
Yeah.
it
No, I
sounds
know
yeah.
what you said. She said not personal, and she said I was bombarded. There were like 100 comments on my TikTok. Like, for most people, you tell them on Twitter, what the fuck did you expect when you tweet it out, right? She's doing like an AMA about her fresh and fit thing. What the fuck did she expect?
Yeah,
You
but the
know?
difference is that the people that I interact with on Twitter are active people in these communities.
Okay, and her TikTok is her business, right? She said, in the beginning of that fresh and fit thing, she said she wouldn't talk to a guy who had social media. She doesn't fuck with guys like that. But she has one, and she has three actually, two for different businesses and one for personal use. And in that conversation, Fresh and Fit and Sneeko pressed her because she was so inconsistent, incoherent in saying that like she won't fuck with a guy who has a social media account, but she does. Like they treated her like on par, on level, even though she wasn't making any fucking sense. You, however, you let her say the ridiculous stuff and you're just like, "Oh, okay. I understand. It's the internet. This is scary." She was actually on a motherfucking podcast with like 20,000 people watching her. That's arguably worse than being on like a TikTok live with you.
I don't think it's
And
worse. I don't think that she was ready
no.
to get blown the fuck up on TikTok in the way that she did, and I think she had like a panic reaction to that. I don't think she was ready to like be in the fucking Thunderdome. and have that conversation. It was pretty obvious to me, or at least it seemed obvious to me, that she just wanted out and she had no idea what she had signed up for by like calling me out on TikTok.
Okay, I don't agree with you. I think that maybe you think that you are like a bigger army than you are or something. And you say
No,
this
hold
often.
on.
You're like,
Wait, let
I
me
wish...
wait. Let me
Okay,
let me clarify two things. So one, I have a huge presence online. I'm not a bigger army than I think I am. If anything, I downplay. I do have a big presence online. Number one.
Yeah.
And number two, I think that if we try to imagine if she would have known what was going to happen and she was legitimately like gunning for that type of interaction, I think she would have milked it way fucking harder. But it doesn't seem like she milked anything. It seems like she's trying to avoid it as much as possible now. Like,
It doesn't seem like she tried to avoid it. Towards the end of that conversation, probably the part where I felt like you just let her roll you is when she repeated the fact that like gay people can't change oil or something like that, and that's just like black and white, like that's
sure,
fact or
because she's
something.
got like some casual home, like but that's not surprising given everything else she said on the show. That's like par for the course. But like if the homophobia is like that natural to you that you don't even think that's homophobic to say that, I'm not about to change her
Yeah.
mind on shit. I'm not like
And then, but she also told you, she said, and I don't care if people call me homophobic because I know I'm not homophobic.
Sure.
Same way if somebody calls me a fat ass, it's not going to bother me because I know I'm not a fat ass. So when somebody tells you that they are essentially confident in their position and they're not worried about people labeling them incorrectly, why do you think that she's like trying to walk away from it?
well, what is she trying to walk? I don't think she's trying to walk away from like her homophobic comments. I think she would probably
You
defend
said
them
like
all as saying
walk away from like talking to you about it.
walk away from like debating about it, and she probably just wanted to get away from the whole like interacting with me on TikTok because she wasn't ready for that much like public heat or any public heat.
Okay. Didn't you also go into it feeling like you needed to be nice to her?
Yeah, a little
But
bit.
like
Yeah,
resentfully because you kind of wanted to go ham.
yeah,
You're
because
like,
it would be
"Oh,
it's
but I
fun
gotta
to
go
just
nice."
like, especially when her comments were that ignorant. I think, yeah.
Yeah, so doesn't that make you think that maybe you are in a way treating it with like kid gloves before you even know?
Yeah,
that she's,
I'm
like,
super
maybe
ultra
not
treating her
into
with
this?
kid gloves. Yeah, of course.
You don't think that's a little off?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Cherry, can I help you for a second?
I mean, I don't need help, but yes, Lycan, what's up?
Thank you. Awesome. Steven, you just said that she didn't expect to get blown up like that, but you have gone in hard. And I'm not talking about creators. You've gone so fucking hard on randos on the internet that happen to tag you. They also don't expect to get like retweeted and assaulted by everyone that wants to join in and calling them dumb
Yeah,
fucks.
but listen to two of the things that you just said. There's two huge important things. So number one, right there, what you just said is people that tag me. She specifically said multiple times and everything, I didn't tag you. I didn't know you'd come after me. I didn't even tag you. That's one thing she
I
said.
didn't say that.
Sure, I know,
because
but that's
knew what happened, but
yeah,
go
that's
ahead,
one of the things
Lycan.
she said. And then the second thing is a lot of those people that are online are already part of these communities of like shitting on people, attacking people, doing that shit. I don't think so. Or I could be wrong. I could just go check, but I don't think she's part of like that like TikTok like call out community. It kind of sounds to me like, and this is my guess, if I were to go through her TikTok, a lot of it is probably just her like having very small conversations with her audience or maybe reacting to other stuff on TikTok. It doesn't sound like she's ever had like a huge fight with somebody before.
So your litmus test for this on the second part is anyone that you believe is part of a community that they are therefore implicitly okay with the behavior of that community.
Yeah,
So
basically, yeah. And I view Twitter as like being fundamentally like a different kind of platform, I think, than like TikTok, or at least that's the feeling. I could be
Really?
wrong, maybe not. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I assume these people shit talk on there are a bunch of people that are TikTok fans calling people out in the comments just like there are on Twitter in replies,
Yeah.
right?
There might be, but Twitter, and again, this could just be my bias with the platforms I interact with. Twitter, to me, feels like a really combative platform. Like, it feels like a platform where it's less like personal stuff and more like, I want to be part of a public conversation. Maybe because it's not as media driven as opposed to like Instagram or TikTok where you're posting like videos and stuff. There are still people that fight on those platforms, of course, but like Twitter feels like it's there like to fight. It's there to like make.
What about the
concept,
stealthing girl? She didn't tag you.
She didn't, but I didn't tag her either.
Didn't you retweet her?
Nope. I interacted with Mindwaves making a comment about it. And then eventually she came later on to fight. But my initial tweets didn't include her at all. I thought they did because people gaslit me on that, but that's actually not the case. And initially I wasn't.
Yeah, no, I thought there was a screenshot of her tweet or a retweet of her tweet.
I might have started afterwards, but it was after she started directly engaging with me. Because my initial retweet was just of Mindwaves.
Okay. Oh, go ahead, Cherry.
Oh wow, thank you so much. Yeah, so I feel like she very clearly said she's opposed to like modern feminists, and that all the times that she's posted on TikTok, people who disagree with her don't interact with her, which is just the dumbest thing. Because for all you know, you're not even being picked up. Like no one's viewing it.
Sure. That's probably
And
the
maybe
case, right?
that's why they're not interacting. Yeah, but you don't even correct her on that part. It's like you might think that she's not equipped for this, but you don't do anything to answer, or like put her towards a direction to like have a more realistic approach to
Well,
it.
I think that's part of what I said to her. I was like, listen, like, even if you didn't tag me, you used my name. Like, you called my name out. My name is my name. If you're going to call me out, of course I'm going to respond. I think I said that to her explicitly.
Well, the part that I just mentioned, you didn't question her on that. I think the part that you really pushed her on is like when it was personal. I mean, the whole fucking thing was personal. I really don't understand what the use of the word personal in that conversation was for. I know that you don't aim to be misogynistic, right? But I do believe that like, you have the worst conversations with women on your stream.
Dude,
Like,
I'm
some of
gentle with
the
men
fucking
too.
worst.
Dude, I'm gentle with so many people. What do you mean?
Yeah, name one man that you're gentle with besides Lycan.
Dude, I just had the softest conversation with Nick Fuentes in the world, where I could have roasted the fuck out of a lot of stupid shit he said. The dude was like blatantly lying at multiple points in our conversation about shit that he said about my stream. But I'm trying to be like a nice, understanding person. Like I was incredibly gentle in the conversation.
And when you are nice and understanding to him, you correct him, you point out every like thing that he says wrong. I don't think you did that for her.
No, because I don't even know how much she like, for all I know, she might never fucking interact with these communities again. It's a totally different set of expectations. Oh, I was also really gentle with Sneeko too, true. Like, you can tell that she's like not of this world, right? She's not from this combat world.
See, I'm not really sure, because the way that she was arguing made me feel like she does like watch this world. Not like you specifically, not like debate bros, but like this form of like autistic debating politics and stuff like that. It's not the only argumentative side of the internet.
Do you think I'm the largest creator that she's ever had an engagement with like this?
No, she was on Fresh and Fit.
What?
Wasn't you met her on Fresh and Fit? You would say Fresh and Fit is the largest one that she's been on.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in terms of like personal fighting with somebody, like, do you think she's ever had like an interaction on Twitter or on TikTok like this before? Like, I know she was on a show, but it's not like
it might not be fair for me to use when Fresh Fit and Sneeko checked her on her like whole I won't date a guy with social media. But I consider that more combative and with a bigger audience and more people to honestly look at her like a dumb fuck because of what she said, and then like your interaction with her.
I agree that it was maybe more combative in a one-on-one sense, but I don't think it was with a bigger audience, because on that show, the only people shitting on her are, I guess, me maybe, and then some of the other girls, and then Fresh and Fit and Sneeko. But like online, it suddenly felt like there were probably thousands of people out of nowhere that were attacking her. I think that that's probably a different experience.
She said 100.
Or it could have been, honest to God, when it comes to online shit, it could just be 20 commenters. That's enough to make it feel like hundreds or thousands. Generally, that's what it is.
And you normally wouldn't let people get away with being so dramatic like that. But, like, I don't know.
Should I have, like, destroyed her soul? Is that what I should have gone?
Yeah,
because I could.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Jerry wants blood.
That's true. I try not to engage with people like that anymore. That's not me. That's not me anymore. I'm a changed man.
Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to understand that. And maybe
no, that's not what you're trying to understand. You're accusing me of being fucking sexist. I'm nice to everybody now, even fucking men. Okay, go ahead.
Unintentionally. I feel like, aren't you trying to do this whole thing where you get rid of like misogyny in your community and probably in yourself? We all have.
Yeah, so you're accusing me of like benevolent sexism right now. That's the term when you're like, oh, like I went nice on her because she was a girl.
Yeah, I think I am doing that.
Okay. I don't think I was being benevolently sexist. I think I try to be like pretty chill with almost everybody these days. I'm trying to think. I mean, like, I think I've been like pretty soft with Sneeko for the most part, even on things we disagreed with in our first conversations.
And no, that's fair. If that's like the new move, is this like the Destiny makes friends and keeps them arc, and you're just like overall like a nice guy?
Well, it's the Destiny doesn't like fucking go nuclear meltdown mode and destroy like everybody he talks to arc. That's the goal.
Do you have like a lot of regret when you've done that in the past? Like if I could bring one up that
knock us about.
because I think I was gonna go over like Keemstar lore, or I'm trying to soon. And you had a panel with him on Trainwrecks like years ago. And that panel started maybe 2 hours after a mass shooting had occurred. And Keemstar, in his ignorance, was like, you know, commenting on breaking news. And you dragged the fuck out of him. I
probably could have been nicer. The difference with the Keemstar stuff, though, is we had a huge pre-existing relationship that was shading my interactions there.
Oh.
Like, Keemstar had thrown a ton of shade at me on Twitter. I think I'd thrown some shade at him on Twitter. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry. So that like that hardcore shaded my expectations when we went on that show.
Okay. So when stuff like that happens, maybe you know you're right, but you wished you were more in control of your emotions?
Well, no. If I've had like prior like really negative interactions with somebody on social media, I think I'm okay.
Then always gloves off.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Do you go into it
that's it
gloves
for me.
off, or do you go into it waiting for them to make the first move and see how they set the tenor?
Depends on how hardcore the interactions were on social media prior. These days, I'd probably be a little bit softer, even if they did do prior shitty things to me. But
is that because you recognize that optically it can work out well for you?
no, I just think at least some more productive conversations. Unless somebody I really hate and I really just want to fucking fight, but
I know. I feel like you should go back and rewatch that conversation with her. I mean, she literally came out and said, you're bisexual. I have no respect for you.
I know what she said. I know. Yeah,
she's conversation and give her nothing but like respect. You could have matched energy just from that point.
But like, what would be the point of that?
Blood.
Hopefully to get rid of like the
I'm not going to change her
people.
views on anything, right? Like,
well, why couldn't you? She says she's not and doesn't know that.
she doesn't even she's not even aware that the things she's saying are so like I'm clearly not making it.
And she's never going to. You didn't fucking say anything.
Because
do you see what I mean? For Fuentes, you would have pointed out what's
because
and, like,
Fuentes has
even done it really kindly, but for her, it's just like, oh, this sweet summer child, you're not ready for the internet.
Because Fuentes is like a politically engaging person that's like exists in these platforms and is smart enough to know better, right?
Are you saying she was dumb?
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't have a high level like political sophistication. She's just like here doing her TikTok shit and.
I'm gonna need you to just drag on some more dumb men, okay? Because as far as I'm aware, it's just the dumb women who come on and get conversations with you, and it's a bad fucking look. And I don't think it might not be intentional on your part, but just find some dumb men, okay?
Okay, I'll keep. I mean, I think I talked to a few of them, but I mean, like I've
Here
been
I am.
pretty kids clubs with a lot of different people, a lot of different
like,
things.
and you're not dumb. You're just
It's all right.
too kind-hearted. Okay. Anyway, that's it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Watch the clip. Which
Love to fucking talk to Destiny. I'd love to fucking shoot him out again. I'll fucking slam that piece of shit. And if I saw him, I might fucking go back to jail, if you know what I'm fucking saying, alright? I might. I'm not saying I will. I'm saying I would react at that moment how I would react. Talk to Destiny. I'd love to fucking shoot him out again. I'll fucking...
Did you see this? Yeah, we watched this at the end of the stream. I thought about tweeting out a challenge to Shkreli that if we had like 3 months, I'd box him. But I think I'm actually like literally like 30 or 40 pounds heavier than him, so it wouldn't be fair. And then if I put out a boxing challenge to Shkreli, I think a whole bunch of people would want to box me, and I don't know if I'd feel like doing that. So I don't think I could do it. I wouldn't be able to tweet it out.